I gotta hit okay.
Yep.
Okay. There, it did.
Okay.
Okay. Cut that
Thought
part
we
out.
were supposed to, like, we weren't in the mood for laughter.
Oh, that.
Be yourself.
Cut,
See, half your depends on.
cut that part. Okay.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, Mother. Welcome to my little podcast. I didn't mean to give you the finger.
No,
God. Horrible.
you did.
But I did.
Pen up. You finally got it out. You finally
I've
expressed
been
your
holding
true
it in. I've been holding it. So like clenching.
feelings. How old are you? How many years you've been holding that in? Uh-oh.
Not
Of course I'm
supposed to
not
ask
in.
that question.
I know it. People ask me.
They ask you how old you
Yeah, and it's hard to spell. Do you put the hyphen in that? You know, when you have two numbers.
are. Most of us have 2 numbers.
That's yeah. Except
Yeah.
the really young ones who don't give, 2 figs. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm serious now. Oh God.
This is an episode about laughter. I don't think we're supposed to get serious
Oh.
because serious leads to depression. And I, wanted to have, I don't know if you could read this.
No.
This is my favorite candle company. It's called Blow Me.
Mm.
More espresso, less depresso. Oh, and it's like a candle you actually want to eat. It smells
Oh.
so good. It's like, I want to lick it.
Have you tried it?
No, I haven't started burning it yet. It's brand
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, but I did think of us when I bought this.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my other favorite of that is Morning Wood. And I got a sticker because I buy it so often.
Oh.
And it's
Okay.
a lovely smell and reminder.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Things to do.
Things to do.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hello, Mother. How are you doing? You're in your studio.
Mm-hmm. There I am.
It's a Saturday. Did you see the podcast I sent you? I love that you're just going to keep laughing hysterically through this whole thing.
I'm not supposed to.
No, you are.
Oh yeah. Let's see. What podcast?
I sent you. I just fell in love with this professor. His name is Robert. I got to get this right. Robert Reich, and he does a podcast with Heather Lofthouse, and it's called Saturday Morning Clatch.
Oh no, I missed that.
Yeah, and I found it to just be great. I mean,
Oh.
it's he was a professor at Berkeley. I don't know her background. I want to look into that a little bit more, but I came across it through Substack, which is how I get my news. I listened to Heather Cox Richardson, and then I found this podcast, which I've definitely been trying to not watch news because it's depressing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Definitely been a start of the year that's been hard, I think, for so many of us. I hear it a lot. And I know
Yeah.
you and I have been feeling,
Yeah, really, it's the truth.
yeah.
Hard to weed your way through that mess
Yeah.
of stuff. It is hard.
That's why I wanted to talk about like what brings us joy, what makes us laugh. How can we continue to find that spark, that keeps us going?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to kind of ask you, like, what is that for you?
Well, you said to write down a list, and if I wrote down
Because
a
if
list,
you didn't, you'd forget, Mama.
of course, and that's funny because my number is so big I can't spell it. Anyway, I tried to be succinct in my list, but then I realized that there are a lot of things to laugh about. And I I was accused, as I've shared with you, of laughing at everything. And that isn't true because I really, really try hard not to laugh when other people might be injured by it, or, um, it's coming from a bullying pulpit, or it's demeaning and belittling. And, there are all kinds of laughter. I mean, I have a nervous laugh that
Yeah.
happens when things are really going south.
Yeah.
Like you think things couldn't get worse, and then all of a sudden they do, and you just go, oh wow, there's not much you can do but think it's just so ludicrous you have to laugh. But I think you could tell from the beginning of our talk about this is that I just think being silly and playful, and maybe that means being childish to some people, but I think it's tapping into that freedom that children have to express their emotions loudly and immediately
Right.
when things go a certain way. And so you play with that. I mean, happiness is a word that I don't like to use too often because I don't think it's sustainable.
Right.
But I think joyfulness is sustainable. And I think that when you look at the world through the eyes of a joyful person, it makes you smile.
Mhm.
And those people that have that kind of outlook draw me in. But I can laugh. I think a lot of the laughter I have is self-deprecating, and that I really think I'm hysterically stupid and very, very funny in misspeaking. You and I are constantly, uh, using words that they aren't the right one, and like Rolodex and Rolex, and you think you're talking away and you're thinking you're being all bright, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh no, that was the wrong word. Yeah, I think laughing at myself is the big thing.
I have to say, yeah, you are one of the most intelligent people I know, and also have quite a vocabulary, much more so than I do. Just sometimes the words stick, and I'm like, what did she say?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What was the dog one you said we were laughing so hard we couldn't come up with the name of a you called it a bagel. And I said bagel. Like a New York bagel.
Yep, that kind of bagel.
Yeah, now I can't even remember the name of the dog. It was a bugle? No.
It wasn't a beagle.
It wasn't. Oh, I think it was a beagle, but we said bugle and bagel. Yeah.
Couldn't come up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're laughing at ourselves. I think that helps.
Yeah, it does.
To get through.
Well, I think, you know what? You just reminded me of this. Remember when we went in to see Nana and you filmed her briefly and you asked her what she thought, what message she wanted to put forth, advice that she had. Remember that?
Mhm.
And what she said was that she thought we didn't need to take ourselves so seriously.
Yeah.
And she was 100 and what? Two. At
Yeah.
that point, she was still pretty articulate.
Yeah.
We didn't need to take ourselves and things so seriously.
Right.
Wow, that's coming from a history of living.
Absolutely. She's been through a lot, or she went through a lot
She sure
to
did.
survive it all.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what trying to lift yourself up, your spirit up. That's we're in control of that.
Mm-hmm.
We really are in charge of lifting ourselves up. And sometimes it takes a lot of introspection and time. You can't do it quickly. And, I just think, there's so many things that make me smile and that I think people would find unusual because I've laughed at my failures because they really are spectacular. And you can't, how can you be sober about that? That's so, oh, wow, what was I thinking kind of thing. But I talked to a friend this last week about this, and what we end up in peals and peals of laughter over just, I mean, it's nothing. It seems to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the same mindset. We just don't even have to share words and we are hysterical because we think, we're looking at something. And I asked her, I said, does your mind work like, somebody's talking and they trigger a memory and then you start smiling over the memory and then you chuckle a little. It's the memory, it's not what they're saying, and they think you're being rude and disrespectful, but it's your mind has already taken a turn. And she said, oh, yeah, that happens to me all the time. And I go, it's really hard to control because sometimes I've chuckled at, well, the worst. I mean, is a word, and it has nothing to do with what's going on currently, but it's what's happening in my head.
Right. That's the
So,
artist in you.
or something,
Um,
something. Yeah, it's not going straight.
yeah.
It's not, going from here to there, and that's disturbing to some people. But I think being joyful is the trick, and I don't think that there are boundaries on everything, and I don't think we should laugh at others' expense. I don't think we should laugh at others. We should laugh with others. So those are things that I hope to little rules I've set up for myself, and I think are admirable.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't always it doesn't always happen
Right.
because we all are human and make mistakes, and need to backtrack a bit,
Yeah.
look at it differently. Yeah.
So you mentioned some people that help you to find that space of happiness and joy and laughter. What else is on your list that can get you that place? Or
Well, I
there?
think I actually think it's not so much what's out there.
Mhm.
It's what it is in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I am. So it's the way I look at things that, what happens in my head, and, looking looking at the small things, and um, you know, decisions. You make decisions every minute, lots of them. We
Mm-hmm.
all do. And sometimes you just cannot believe.
Back there.
Where? Oh, look in the yard. How fun is that?
So you can poop.
Yeah. Too bad we couldn't get that on film. That would have been good.
It's not. Oh, well, it could happen still. She likes to come right up to your office there.
Yeah, she does. She does, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I
So,
appreciate that. You're so deep, my mother. You're right. I mean, I think it's a choice. I do feel like, you know, distractions have been good for me to focus in on my life
mhm.
and to keep that centered and to have gratitude around that. I mean, the dog was a crazy decision that I made in a matter of 24 hours. And the first couple weeks, I thought I made a horrible mistake. I was so tired. I was just like, what have I done? But it's been 7 weeks now, and I'm in love with her.
She's adorable.
He's like this little bear who's biting the shit out of us, right? It's
Yeah.
horrible. But she is so present, so in the now, and it's just been wonderful to focus
Mhm.
on that. I think I was, with Cade leaving and, Cole living his life now, and that empty nest that usually fills kind of drops when they leave
Yeah.
after the holidays. I didn't have that because I was
Yeah.
taking care of this dog, and that
Yeah.
really did help me to really center myself again.
Hmm.
The because I sometimes feel overwhelmed by the world and
Yeah.
overwhelmed by the feelings and that people have and the sadness I hear and the news. It just
Hmm.
brings me down, and I this is the maybe one of 2 years that I have felt the winter depression a bit,
Hmm.
like just that change and also I am going through menopause. um, is not helping too with just the feeling of depression. I've never had that. I've never experienced depression. And I feel like I have.
I understand that crawling in a hole.
Yeah,
My,
and it's trying to figure out the ways out to make the decisions to go into a lighter space. Because I am playful. You brought that out in me. Ties like that too, my brother, right? We find we're young at heart.
Mhm,
We like to play.
mhm,
It's one of my favorite words is to play.
mhm,
And I love, I know you gravitate towards younger people. I do too. I love having my young friends.
mhm.
But I also love my wise vintage friends.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
They bring me joy.
Mhm. Having a balance
Yeah.
is really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I do. I have that. I have a great balance because what a wise person once said to me is, I know what it's like to be young, but you don't know what it's like to be old,
Right.
and that's true. She was right. I
Mhm.
didn't know. And once you get old, you go, well, this isn't all that is cracked up to be. It really is kind of difficult at times, but we muck our way through it. We
Yeah.
do. I think that's really one of the most important things for me in my life are the acquaintances and friends that I have, and how they are a source of great joy to me, and they can also be a source of sadness too, because I do like you do, and in that if they have a story to tell, I want to listen, and then I feel sad with them, and it's hard to get yourself back up. And I think especially now, having the balance between depression and utter, hysterical joy, that that that's cool. Having that space where you can just be here.
Mhm.
I know depression because I know when I watch too much TV and I'm watching sitcoms and just to get my brain off of how horribly sad I feel for so many people in the United States of America right now.
Mhm.
And, a lot of my friends, I feel very worried and concerned about them.
Yeah.
And for us as well. Things that cause us to feel comfort and secure aren't going to be. I'm pretty sure we're not going to have all that in place all the time. There might be some time when we have go without it and we realize what we had and maybe try to march it back, but it's going to be a long road for generations to come, I think. Sad.
It is
On
sad.
a high note, on another high note, yeah,
I'm wearing my red glasses. Did you
yeah.
see the SNL skit about the little red glasses?
No,
I didn't either. I can't stay up that late. But my friend Michael sent me the clip and it's hysterical.
is there?
Yeah. And I said, I have a pair of red glasses.
And there you go.
Yeah. Red is my color this year.
Mm,
Last year it was, blue, but red
hmm.
resistance.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just wearing it every day.
Good idea. A plan. Well, I think too, going back to where you were talking about having Lucy is like having kids, like they're in the moment. They deal with everything moment to moment. They're not deep thinkers. They have this spirit of, well, let's carry on, I
Mhm.
think it's a cool thing, but they live just now.
Yeah.
And so if we can focus on the now, it's hard because we need to also focus on the what's going to happen if,
Right.
and
It's
have
having
have a plan.
awareness. I think it's almost like we have to have real discipline on boundaries,
Yeah.
right? And I
Mhm.
try to do that just a piece here in the morning where I listen and then focus. I have work to focus on, which I'm grateful to have that to be so much of my day.
Mhm. Yeah.
That I go there. All of me goes there. But yeah, and then I think too, I love that you have some groups that you belong to, but we have our book club.
Hmm.
It's a combination of, well, mostly your friends that I that I get to know as well, and they're my friends.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
good.
I love that we have that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Remember
really
the book we're reading?
no. Oh, yeah, I did. I read it.
Yeah, Dragonfly. What is it called? I'm hard.
Mhm.
Firekeeper, not Dragonfly. Firekeeper's Daughter.
Yeah,
I I just started listening to it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Is it read by the author?
I don't think so. No.
No. There are a lot of words in it I couldn't pronounce just because
Yeah,
they
I
were
listening to
Cherokee.
them. I'm like, I'm glad I'm listening to it because I
Yeah,
just looked at that word
yeah,
for a while.
yeah. I thought it was cool that we knew Ojibwa, and that is kind of cool because we lived on a in Tahoe for about a year. We lived on Ojibwa Lane.
We sure did.
We did, so I knew how to spell it. That was cool. But, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but yeah, I had to spell it. Oh shoot. Anyway, I think spelling is, it's always been elusive for me. One of those things.
Well,
Like,
it's been passed down to me as well, my mother.
yeah, just horrible. I'm really bad at it. Yeah, and lots of laughter over that. One time, my mom had she was in charge of a waffle dinner. Now, my mom, English wasn't her first language. Obviously, she was German, so she spoke another language, and she struggled with English probably her whole life. So anyway, the waffle dinner, and she wanted me to, because I'm supposed to be all artistic and everything. Never have been good at making signs. I'm still not good at making signs. So she asked me to do, waffle dinner signs, and I misspelled waffle, and she didn't catch it. And so it was, I was just mortified. I couldn't find, I was too young to find that funny. Now I find it hysterically funny, but and I'm sure my mom was embarrassed, because she didn't catch it either because she couldn't, because it wasn't her big thing. So yeah, I've been plagued with that. I mean, out there, it's
Me
out
too.
there in the universe forever.
Well, I'm grateful that you catch my spelling errors.
Sometimes, sometimes I
Most of my friends do too. They're so kind to reach out to me and tell me when I've spelled things wrong. And I'm grateful because I don't see it.
no, no,
I don't see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that short stint when I was a secretary. Wow, was that a bad mistake? I was so bad at it. I really was.
Puppy
And
again.
just what?
Here's my puppy again.
Oh, there in the background. Oh, yeah, fun. It's gonna be overcast day again today, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll bring us to joy.
Exactly. We're gonna find laughter in that.
Oh, heck. So have we done it? Have we talked about it? Yeah, I think. What did I write? Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't write
Anything else on
anything.
your list?
I had a lot, but they all are the same. They all are the
Okay.
same. It's just because it's a joy, It's just a joy having
Yeah.
that. It's actually a gift, I think. You gotta develop it because I've been doing this for years, laughing to myself. Oh, even now it's awful. I talk to myself. I think I'm hysterically funny.
You are, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, really. I in my head I I really think I am. Mm-hmm. You notice I was shaking my head no.
We got that from you too.
Yes. When you want to say yes, you're shaking your head no. Uh-huh. Yeah. Not really. Yeah, my
Like
nose
that
is.
time, a girl from high school, a woman from high school said, "Did you go to, Apsigami?" And I was like, "No." And then I was like, "What did you say?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that
Or
funny?
maybe that's the hearing part I got from dad. I can't hear.
Uh-huh. That part.
I say no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Could be it's all the negative things you got from your father.
Oh, is that it?
I think so.
Okay.
I really do. In my mind, that's how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, mother.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, is there any shows that make you laugh? Are there any, do you have a go-to place besides your head? That's
Oh yeah, there are tons of them. But I love comedians. I love, yeah, smart ones. I think that the ones that play with words, the ones that are intelligent with and they're not negative to other people. I think those are the guys that are women that make me laugh. Um, a show, well, I thought, and I know it's not hysterical, but I thought Gilmore Girls, it actually saved my life. It did. The first round we had with this issue that we have in the nation, I was really not in a good place, and I watched nonstop. I think there are 13 seasons of Gilmore Girls.
right.
I loved them because they took me away to a place that was, away from here,
Yeah.
and they were smart and silly.
Yeah.
It didn't have you didn't have to think. Oh, was that funny? Yeah, that was. You didn't have to think about it, and I love that. I
And then the
love
most recent one that we kind of got into, what you found.
Younger.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I did too. I
Loved
loved
it.
the fashion. I thought it was,
Hmm.
just really good. It does take you away. So
Yeah,
many different seasons of it too. Is
yeah.
there a movie that you've seen this past year that you love?
Well, actually, no, there are tons of them probably, but we just finished Conclave.
Yeah, that was good, right?
Wow. Yes, it was good. It and everything you said about it, like the way it was shot, I just found the whole it was slow moving, and I think your dad, he got lost in it, but because he likes action packed, something's got to happen every second, or it just isn't working for him. But I loved the slow pace of it and how it built up into something, and in the end was just wow. I actually watched it twice because I thought it was that well acted,
Yeah,
and
I thought
yeah,
it was beautiful.
it really was. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
And Wicked, I still love. I have to
Mhm.
say, like, I love Wicked.
Yes, it was beautiful.
Hmm.
It deserved
The music.
many,
I
yeah,
listen
many more
every
awards than it
weekend.
got. Yes, it really, oh yeah. The images of, well, the costuming, oh my gosh, was fabulous,
It was.
really creative. And, the idea, I love the song. There's so many songs in it that were great, the popular song. I just love that.
Yeah.
You're not going to be as popular as me.
Yeah. Popular.
I know it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, my mommy.
Mhm.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you so much. I'm grateful for you.
Right back at you. You
Here's
make me laugh.
You make me laugh too, mother.
Okay.
Thank you, mommy.
You're welcome, honey. Bye.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Here's to laughter.